Welcome to In Vino Veritas, where we are under the influence and over the bullshit. Hello, my friend. How's it
Hello.
going? Oh,
It's
hello.
pretty great.
Serious.
Hello. Yeah, it's been a nice week, surprisingly. There were some ups, some downs, some really interesting developments. How are you doing?
I feel exhausted and overwhelmed, and I don't know why, honestly, but not to bring it down, but
Well, I don't blame you. There's a lot
it's
of stuff
there's
happening.
so
I don't know
much
what's
going
going on in your
on.
life, but
Honestly,
there's
I keep also I think part of it is that every time I open a social media app, they're like any day now, everyone is predicting the great big
when he
beautiful
goes.
obituary. Yeah, and I'm
The
like
great, big, beautiful obituary.
I'm so sick of it being like it's probably tomorrow. Oh wait, actually 2 days from now. Well, no one see it's like
Oh, so
call me
funny.
when
Did
it
you
happened.
hear
Call me when it happened.
about the alleged experimental drug that is
For
keeping,
terminally ill people that are just keeping him alive. Yeah,
yeah,
supposedly. Which
supposedly.
because who else would qualify for I love that you're drinking limoncello and I'm drinking
I just
Sauvignon
want to
Blanc.
take a second for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not a fan, but
Okay.
they are
I'm glad we're carving out a
sponsoring
moment
this.
for them, though.
Uh,
The
they
official
are they are they
sponsor
are
of our
providing their legacy is the thing. It is the chalice that holds the
Wow. I
fuel
really thought you would have
for
had a
this.
Pittsburgh Pirates sort of something happening over there.
Well,
Which, by the way, I realize you posted that over the weekend. You were talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates, and my grandfather, I have a vintage Pittsburgh Pirates baseball Letterman jacket that I need to go find. I think someone stole it, but I need to find it. It's so gorgeous, and it's so because he used to work at the stadium or something crazy back in the day.
I there's so many things about that statement that made my brain fire so quickly. So
I
the
could
first
tell.
thing is my partner has a Letterman jacket. My partner is also a Sagittarius like yourself, and he lost it and is still looking for it to this day.
Okay,
Um, oh,
right.
hold on
Oh,
quickly. The
so
second
maybe the
thing,
universe stole all of our jackets. Something
every
happened.
Sagittarius
Yeah.
might be missing a jacket. Who knows? The
My
second thing is my partner just was looking at positions at stadium because he was like, this is awesome. I'm half retired. I want to spend time here. So there we
Oh
go.
my
Two
gosh,
really
that is so
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. You know what's insane is I don't even know what my grandfather's sign is. I should really figure that out, honestly.
You know, I think that a lot of people.
I don't think he's a Sagittarius. I feel like my mom and I are both Sagittarius, and it's her dad. I feel like she would have told me that if he
You're
was. So
like, I feel like
there's
that would have
something else
stuck
there.
out.
I feel like that would have come up in the years of conversations that we've had about it. So,
Oh,
uh,
goodness,
um,
goodness. Oh, speaking of, okay, so quickly, a precursor from me
okay.
for our very interesting episode tonight is there were a handful of really cool astrological events that are
Oh,
happening. Today is the first. It's a full moon in Capricorn.
strawberry.
And yes, strawberry moon in Capricorn. And we have the start of the Mercury retrograde. And coming up, oh, I believe tomorrow, Jupiter moves from Cancer into Leo. And
Mhm.
coming up around the 4th of July, I think it peaks a day or so before, is a Mars Uranus conjunction. So Mars is the planet of aggression, war, drive, and Uranus being the planet of unexpected things happening.
Those
So
feel like two people that shouldn't be together, honestly, toxic.
the last
Like
time,
war and unexpected things. Who knows what's gonna happen?
well,
I'm kidding.
exactly, but
No, it's
I
great.
think that it's a really good thing. And I'll tell you why. Because When they last did this, it was in a completely different sign. No, it wasn't. It was 84 years ago. But the and same sign of Gemini.
Okay.
And so the thing that happened 84 years ago was nope, lost it. It wasn't that. Actually, one of the significant things that
I've
happened
got to
the
keep
last
that in.
time the last time this conjunction is what it's called when they are on top of
Yeah.
each other
When they're, yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah.
One of the most significant times was during the American Revolution and the Civil War. But the difference with the Civil War, they say history rhymes, it doesn't repeat. So we've
Mm.
had that alignment happen in Gemini since, like I said, it's every 84 years. So I believe one of the things aligned with world wars.
I was gonna say that'd be like the 40s. It'd probably be, yeah, a world war
Mhm, mhm,
then at
mhm.
some point.
Yeah, different alignment still. The thing that's different right now is Pluto being in Aquarius. That only happens once every 250 years.
Okay. And what does that mean?
This is the first time that those two
Wait, you said 200 and how many?
50.
And what are we doing? What is the
Right,
250th?
exactly.
This is
So
just
what I
postponing me wanting to talk about the Great American Fair or whatever the fuck
I
it's called.
know I'm almost wrapped up. I'm
No,
like
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
10% left, I think.
No, but it is interesting that that is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
All of that
So,
combined with 250 years ago, like what was
yeah,
happening.
right, exactly. Well, okay, so get this, the thing that you and I are, millennials, we have the same Pluto sign that our founding fathers did. Pluto, so that was happening during that time, but their birth charts had Pluto and Scorpio.
Mm,
So we, I guess, kind of exposed the underbelly of a lot of these things, and that's what they ended up
mhm.
doing. And that's what we're doing. But the difference is this alignment isn't happening exactly the same because it never does.
Right.
This time we have it making really beautiful uh, aspects to different parts of the our chart, our birth chart against what the transits are doing
Yeah.
moment by moment. Anyway,
Right.
so
Well, you know what's
250.
insane about everything you said is that Jupiter is also my ruling planet.
Oh yeah, being a Sagittarius. Yes,
Mhm.
expansion,
So
philosophy.
in Leo, especially, like, girl, I'm ready. I'm gonna change the
To
world.
shine. Yeah.
Things are as I'm like, I'm too
Mhm.
tired. I can't do anything right now.
I have a lot of planets in Leo. So for me, I think this is a really exciting time.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, right. So speaking of 250,
The what's he calls it? The
I
Trump's
love that you blanked on.
Great American State Fair or something. Oh my God,
I
I'm gonna
can
get flustered.
never remember what it's called either.
Well, it's because it is not important. And clearly the people don't think it's important.
It wasn't important.
You know.
Right,
No,
what is it called again?
it's called, oh God, okay. It's called Trump's Great American State Fair, which is wild because why is it a state fair if it's all about America? That's insane.
I love that you
Also,
like
it's just a bunch
voluntarily
of easy ups around the open
I
lawn.
okay, I have some things to say about easy ups, but that's a totally different conversation.
First of all, the name is confusing because they're not easy to put up. Let's be real.
It's
You need
actually
four
about a
different people.
controversial topic. It's
No.
about pride.
Oh, interesting.
I know, but
Wow.
I don't know if we have time to. We can maybe venture
See,
into
now that
that.
you're saying that, I think I've been called an easy up, and now you're saying like, so yeah, let's talk about it. Pride.
Congratulations.
Wait a minute. If you get four men together, yeah, I can open up pretty. No, this whole Great American Fair, whatever the heck, which is wild. I just think it's bizarre because it's a taxpayer paid event, which is bizarre in and of itself. And then the president has not been. Like, it's not like he's going.
He
Like,
hasn't gone yet?
no, he's not gone.
I
He's
didn't
not
know
going.
that.
He's never going to
He's
go.
not going either.
No, he's never going to go. Are you kidding? No. He loves the crowd. There's no crowds there. They keep saying thousands of people. It's tens of people are there. What was supposed to be a nonpartisan sort of event, but like was clearly very
Very
MAGA and
partisan.
Republican.
Yeah, did you
But
hear
like,
about the Confederate flag?
no.
One of the booths had a Confederate flag. North Carolina said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Is this real life? It was North Carolina.
Okay.
They, I believe, said that they were officially not participating in this event, but their booth
See, like that
from their
grosses me out. The fact that like obviously there are going to be stupid racist people in this country, like that's just something we can't really avoid, unfortunately. Like that is what it is. But to have a state sponsored and like a government sponsored event, a taxpayer event where like that's okay in the first place is so weird and so gross. It's just gross. It's like I don't have another word for it. It's like it's
yeah, it makes
so
you it like really
icky.
makes you feel exactly. It makes you feel icky. It makes you like
Yeah. Like what the
uncomfortable and
hell?
like yeah.
Did you hear about the guy though? That he's like some MAGA influencer, like live streamer. He's like 50. He was wearing like dressed like Uncle Sam at the event. He's live streaming a thing. There's a group of acrobats apparently like performing. His live stream goes out. He doesn't know, whatever. He got arrested because he was masturbating in front of the performers. He's
Oh
sitting
my
there with his
God.
dick out, just masturbating, watching these acrobats. I think unfortunately, I'm going to say this. I think he thought it was so empty. He thought he was alone. I think he thought he could do that. He was at home. He was like, wait, my bad. I love a good acrobat. No one was here. I was confused.
So that makes me think of the big beautiful birthday bash
Oh
about
my
10 days
God.
ago and something you said about them
It's gay.
having minors bring these guys out and it's like why it's like it's weird.
It's
Why is
weird.
everybody associated with that crowd weird? Like obviously he's MAGA if he went there. They're fucking weird.
That's the thing. Like that is the thing is that like why is everyone associated to this administration or people who feel strongly about what they're doing? They're all so fucking weird slash illegal. Like I mean, we're talking about like you can't be masturbating in
That's a
public on the
crime.
White House lawn. Like that's insane. Like Obama couldn't even wear a
That's a crime
tan
in every
suit.
state.
And now there's people just like jerking off in front of a group of acrobats. Like, what are we talking about? The country has changed so much.
Did you see all of the tan suits at the opening of the presidential center in
I loved everything
Chicago?
about that whole experience. I love a good George Bush, Michelle Obama moment. I love Hillary Clinton being like, this is all fucking bonkers. Like when Michelle's giving a speech, like Barack's crying. I was like, this is amazing. This is canon as far as I'm concerned in American culture. Like, meanwhile, you flash to the next day, the Great American Masturbation Fair opens up, and everyone's Like no one's there. They were like, and then Fox News is literally like, look at this, thousands of people, and I'm like, girl, you are clearly looking at a green screen because there are not thousands of people there. There's 27. Like that's
27
crazy.
whole people decided to visit this thing. And
It's
one of them was
wild.
masturbating because
And
there
one of
was nothing
them
else
got
to
so
do,
bored
and he thought
that
that was the
he
thing.
honestly, honestly, not even upset about it. You know, if you're in that empty of a space, nothing's happening around you, you know, you're bound to get bored.
I'm upset about it because
I'm also upset.
okay.
For the
Okay.
record,
So did you
don't edit that
I
out.
have okay, another little segue. Did you hear about the Atlanta police dispatch being AI and someone trying to call them, and the thing they were calling about was somebody at a park in the bushes jerking off. And it's the thing he called about, you know, but it shows a larger issue when it comes to like how we've been implementing AI just willy-nilly without even thinking of the consequences. He said that it hung up on him the first time, and then it sent him a text message that let him know he could submit it online, the issue that was happening. And
The AI was like, oh my God, let someone enjoy their life. Call us when something serious is happening.
I think the biggest issue is that he was explaining that it was having trouble even figuring out what was wrong, what was happening. It couldn't contextualize it.
Well,
And that's where
that's the
AI is,
problem. Yeah, there's no
yeah,
you need the
the
human element
nuance
because exactly, you need the
mhm,
human layer of like understanding what we're
is going
talking
on.
about. Right.
Yeah, AI is a glorified chatbot and can't understand context. It can't
And
understand.
you see it across the board. It does not understand. We're people are using it for things, companies, governments, if that's what they're doing with, you know, like dispatch and different things, like they're using it for things that are more high level. They should be using it for things like logistics, operations, like let it, you know, run schedules and do different, like let it be a computer that knows what
Yeah.
it's doing. But when it involves human beings, why are we cutting out the human element? It's so confusing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. Well, I kind of actually wanted to segue a little bit more into some of the news
You're the
around.
segue queen. Yeah,
I
you
know
segue.
I'm all
You're
over
just
the
like
place
on
tonight.
it.
I
You're
am on
just like
fire.
all yes.
But data centers and some of that news that's been going on, the awareness and the general population being so adamantly against it is incredibly refreshing.
Hmm.
But
And I'm
did you hear?
loving. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm just loving to your point that people are finally being like, you know, like, oh, like I can deal with, you know, someone going after a trans person, but what I can't deal with is my water being muddy. It's like, got it. Like it took that, but like, okay, great. At least we're finally on the same fucking page. Like, yeah, like this isn't good for anyone.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that this is the thing. Oh, kind of going back to that Aquarius and Pluto. Aquarius being the sign of like science and also computers, technology, and the people. And
Mm,
so us having that trine happen with that Mars Uranus conjunction in Gemini. So a trine is when it makes an exact angle at the same degree in the
got it.
same element. Excuse me.
Got it.
So Mars and Uranus trining. It's making Mars and Uranus conjunct, so they're on top of each other, trining
They're
Pluto and
having a great time,
Aquarius.
honestly.
Hmm.
They're having a great time.
And they really are because
They
like
are.
the people are feeling the aggression. The The people are. And we're the
Right.
ones who are making all of these very shocking and unexpected moves. It's nice.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
having a great
Mhm,
time.
mhm. Yeah.
Things are happening
But
in the way. No, well, I don't want to like derail, but I do want to get to because you've been edging me all fucking day about the fact that I want to know what's going on with this Supreme Court because I have one thing, the FTC case decision, I have a something. I have an issue, obviously, because Trump won, which is annoying to me. But um
so it's perfect because you segued my segue. So I did want
oh
to
my
talk about
god.
one of the cases next because we were just discussing AI and data centers, and the Supreme Court actually just ruled that the Fourth Amendment is the law of the land, and tech companies
They can't just like give over information to the government without probable
require.
cause. Like,
So they sent it back to the lower courts in order to have them determine whether or not the search was reasonable under the Fourth
well, but
Amendment.
they basically sort of also say in the process that there was not enough evidence, like the case was not strong enough to say that surveilling Americans or getting access to their cell phone records or location records or data, different things like that without like due legal process, like was wrong. Like they could not justify saying it was okay, essentially, is what we're saying, right? Like,
Right.
so
Exactly. And I think that that is such a huge win for data privacy and uh, illegal search and seizure.
well, especially when you look at like all of the things that we know are kind of in the works from the government right now of like trying to become China-esque in a weird way of like video, like knowing, surveilling everyone and documenting all of that and using that to manage and it's the same as like us, you and I, like talking about the things that we talk about online. That would have been, had the court not done what it did, that would have all been public record of like what are you liking? Who are you following? What's going on? Like that's the problem, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Huge, huge, huge win, I think, out of the courts from that.
Yes, 1000%. Okay, but can we talk about some of the other court things because I feel like a lot is going on and I'm not informed enough. Let's start with the easy one, the E. Jean Carroll of it
That
all,
one is an
right?
easy one.
Like basically SCOTUS saying, "No, like that all holds up, sweetie pie,"
Yeah. Pay
to
her.
Trump. So, like, oh,
Pay
sorry,
her.
legally, like, yeah, like that's a thing.
Give her $5 million.
Give her the $5 million. Exactly. It's like, and I thought he was the wealthiest. He's the richest man in the whole wide world. Like, why can't he just give her $5 million? Taylor Swift's out here giving $197 million away to charity. Just give it.
And not only that, his is court ordered and stamped and sealed by the Supreme Court.
Yep, now it is. Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, but the one I actually have questions about is the whole FTC one because Trump
Yeah,
won, essentially,
yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
explain it to me. I need something to
yeah.
understand.
So the way that I learned about government, which all of us, have the general understanding of government, is the three branches, co-equal branches.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you knew this, but the FTC actually is under the Department of Justice.
Okay.
So the Department of Justice, as I'm sure you do know, is under the executive branch. So when I saw the ruling and I read SCOTUS blog, um, I personally was like, "Oh yeah." As
It's
soon
not
as
that
it makes sense.
shocking, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, in a weird way, as much as, like, maybe we want it to be different, like, it's not surprising that if a department falls within the executive branch that the president would have ultimate sort of control over it, maybe.
Right.
Right?
And, this isn't going to apply to all agencies, but the thing about the FCC that I learned is that there are 5 chair people, and actually the person who was appointed and this case was about is a Democrat, right? But she was appointed during Trump's first term.
Mm,
So he hired her,
right.
and Biden kept her on.
Kept her. Yeah.
And, Trump fired her. And in my mind, yeah, okay, like not great. But here's the other thing. This, like I said, has 5 chairs, and 2 of the 3 chairs, the balance always has to be 2 and 3 between the 2 parties. That's how that is constructed.
Right.
So even if he fired her, he can't replace her with a Republican.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, he fired someone who he initially hired. I understand. And actually, what's really funny is this case was brought initially, it's 90 years of precedent. And the initial case that brought this
Right.
and made it the law of the land was
It was like
almost
34
identical
or
to
something
this.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like almost identical. So
Yeah.
and honestly, in the grand scheme, not huge.
It's not like a
But
huge, as much as like Trump did win, it's not a huge loss, really.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I get that.
yeah,
But that was like the one, sorry, not to like jump ahead, but like the Federal Reserve one is
mhm,
interesting because they did the opposite. They
exactly.
upheld the fact that he is not, because well, and maybe I don't know, I should know this, but like the Fed falls under what?
We need civics, guys. We need to understand how our governments work.
I know, I don't
So,
understand. I'm just kidding.
so you're absolutely right. Yeah. The Federal Reserve is actually not under the executive branch at all, so that makes sense, and it
That makes
falls
sense. Yeah.
under Congress. Congress
So
is in charge of the Federal Reserve.
it's the, oh God, what am I?
It's
Legislative?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is the
See,
legislative
and
branch.
that, but see, this is what I'm okay. I want to say this. I hate that we're in this predicament of the world that we are in right now, but like, I am enjoying the fact that the Supreme Court, knowing it's a conservative majority, is upholding basic constitutional thought, right?
Yeah.
I here's what I don't respect all of the justices on the Supreme Court, but I do respect the fact that they are at least cohesively, seemingly upholding, doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to interpret the Constitution and uphold those things as they interpret it, right? Like, and we've talked about this before. I don't know if I'm not on the podcast, but like Amy Coney Barrett has been a shockingly surprising justice to me because I really was worried about her getting her in, and she has shown up in a way that I have to, on some level, sort of respect. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like I respect that. I think that she does her job.
Yeah. So she's so interesting because I the Constitution and the Supreme Court are like a special interest of mine. I've read one particular opinion of hers in work that I've done. And so what you're saying is spot on. And I feel like I have seen that in the way that she rules as well. So it's been interesting to be pleasantly surprised by her presence on the court. But
Well,
kind of
she
moving
seems to
forward
be
on,
sort of she's not able to be bought like some of the other maybe more
I
conservative
don't
justices
know
are.
about that. Here's the thing.
I'm not saying she's a good person. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at least she's doing the job that she's assigned to do to a certain extent, and is saying, "Hey, if I can't bend these rules and like do these things like to a reasonable amount, like then no, I can't do that." Like, you know what I mean? Like there's this line that she has, true
You're right.
respect for the justice system, which I do think is important in that role.
One of her early cases on the court, she recused herself actually very early on. And I think that
Mhm.
she did that because she said, I think she thought she wanted to set the tone for her tenure. And she has. I I think of her
I don't
differently
love
now than I
her.
did
Yes,
before.
one that,
I
and
do.
that's the thing, is that there was an element of when she was getting, sworn in and doing all the things, I just thought like, well, here we go. This is the tipping point of absolute chaos in this country. And she's actually kind of been the balancing act of all of it, like in a weird way, right? Like it's like I would be so interested to know what like Sotomayor, like these other people think of her, because I do think that at the end of the day, she has her own thoughts and feelings and opinions, but she navigates it really well.
Yeah, I agree. And it's so funny because there are members on the court, as you were saying, the job is to interpret and not to insert bias. And she has been surprisingly level-headed
Mhm.
in a fair amount of her
Yeah. No,
rulings.
agreed.
So
You and I would not be saying that if we didn't truly think that she was doing an okay, she's
we
just
don't want to give her too much praise, but
she's not the red flag on that court. Let's be real. That's what
right.
I'm gonna say. Let's go
That's a
there.
great way to
Done.
put it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she's not the worst on that court. There's plenty of other people we could dive into.
Yeah, but,
Anyway, you
tomorrow's gonna
wanted to
be a
segue.
really tomorrow's gonna be a really interesting day because it is the last day of the session before October. And so there are two big rulings coming out. One is a trans ban for sports, and
Mm.
the other is birthright citizenship.
How do you honestly though, question, how do you
Mhm.
feel like they're going to land on birthright citizenship? The trans
I
thing
think
is
that it's going to be
a whole
unanimous.
thing. Yeah. I think there is an element of like there's so much precedent already there that like I
I
don't know who would go against it.
So, okay, remember last week when they had all those rulings that were for him?
Mhm.
Um, I think that
You
they're
think
priming him to,
mhm,
and I
to
think that
lose
that
some of the big
alignment that's
ones.
coming up is going to be them ruling unanimously.
They were like, let's give him a few small wins and then we can hit him with the big loss.
That's really what I
Because
thought.
birthright citizenship and the trans issue is going to be massive no matter what the outcome is. Truly, it will be impactful on a large scale.
I believe that the trans case will end up in a similar state that the Fourth Amendment one did,
Yeah.
where it's like we'll send it back, but also it's a kind of a win.
It's just also such a waste of the time of the Supreme
Or
Court.
could
Like, it
not. I
does
don't
not
know. I don't
affect that
Yeah.
many people. It's insane.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, okay, so this will probably end up under a First Amendment thing anyway, the sports, because of the freedom of expression
Well,
aspect of it.
it could
And
honestly be pushed back to say this is a state's issue,
I think
right?
that those are really
That's
the
where it's
only
gonna
two
go
things that
back,
I can
I
think of
think.
too.
Yeah. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think that the Supreme Court is going to want to rule on I say small in the sense of, like, it doesn't affect that many instances in the country.
Mhm.
I don't think that they're going to be like, "Let's make a sweeping call. This should be a states' rights sort of issue," and unfortunately, uh, as much as I'd love for them to come out and say, no, actually, every trans, like, whatever, like, but I do think it's going to be pushed back down to the States.
Yeah. Okay, back to my conspiracy just really quickly. So I think they were buttering him up, but also I was reading some of the quotes from the opinions and they're so dramatic. So the thing that Keegan said on the FTC ruling was that it was going to give um the executive branch power that the country hasn't seen or nobody's seen even from the crown or something like that. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
You
calm
guys
down.
stop. And I feel like they did that on purpose. It's like I think they're purposely embellishing, especially that case for him. And I don't know, but there might be some of the case for the geolocation was,
Mhm.
the way that it wasn't frilly
No, that case is truly the most valid probably in this whole conversation that we've talked about. Like
from
that
this
is
dump
a
that they dropped.
valid
Mhm.
sort of because we see it happening and we see it being threatened against us as American citizens.
Yeah.
We can monitor you, we can find you, we can do these things, we can just go look and see what you're doing. And like, and you see it that the government is in cahoots with all of these tech companies and these different things. And I'm like, so for it to become that is important because all of those tech billionaires are not going to risk everything to lose everything. That line now has been drawn in the sand, which is why it's super important. And like to me, it feels very landmark in that way of like,
In our
so
fight against the surveillance state and the tech oligarchy, this was a gigantic win. And,
totally.
it might have come from
And there's comfort then in us as people using these apps, right? Like
Mhm.
there's comfort in knowing, well, they can't just come find me. Like they can't theoretically, we
Right.
don't live in the most, noble and above board sort of government right now. So like I'm not saying that, but yeah, like there is an element of the risk that would bring if those tech oligarchs did start sharing some of that would be a problem.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah.
And for another conversation, we should probably circle back to the implications. And I just want to put this out there for what might come because of this ruling. We'll see what happens in the lower courts again, but the implications could be far reaching and talking about even things like flock cameras and things.
I think there is going to be the opposite of things like what we're talking about, maybe more censored than they were before.
The reason why I don't think that's the case is because what I've been seeing are cities canceling their contract. Just yesterday, Cleveland, they're taking down all 100 of their cameras. They're
Mhm.
out of commission as of yesterday.
But do you know
That's a
why?
big
Like
city
the
for that.
basis for that
There's
is going to
various
be the fact that
reasons.
there is now no government support behind it. So there is no
Mhm.
money coming from it. So like these
Yeah,
cities are
that's
like,
the
well,
thing,
fuck
and
that. Like,
Cleveland didn't
why
wanna
would I
pay
do
money
it?
for it either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like it's like,
Cleveland couldn't
why would
afford
I?
it, and it's the same with, like, AI, and it's like I think that's why what my perspective, I think that people are going to they're already getting more involved in ways that are shaping how cities are making decisions on whether or not they're being surveilled, and that's great, and on top of that, we're also seeing how people are gravitating towards things in general that are kind of and the antithesis to this tech oligarch movement, and it's really
Totally.
cool to see. And these rulings today, I
Well,
think, really
and
help
also
solidify some
saying,
of that.
I want to use these apps. I want to use TikTok. I want to use Instagram, but like you have no
Mhm,
right to provide certain levels of data to the government. That's insane. Right? Like
mhm,
it's sort of setting a precedent of how they can operate business, right? Like, yeah, you can use us. You can use us to make money off of advertising and different things. Like, that's fine. Like, we've all
mhm.
kind of bought into that by using any of this, but like we're not giving up our identity and who we are as people and our thoughts and everything to the government, because that's insane.
Yeah, this ruling is going to have really, really broad-reaching implications. I am really excited about it because it is very much we have the opportunity now to hold these local law enforcement agencies accountable for their misuse of access of our personal data. And before there was like a huge question, nobody really knew, but now we have an answer.
Girl, your boobs are massive right now.
Oh,
No?
cool. It's the shirt.
Oh, it's the shirt. Okay.
It's got them up.
Same.
Same.
Let's just hope the Supreme Court doesn't outlaw people with nice boobs, honestly.
Is that
You and
how
I
we're
both.
ending?
Done. I would hate to see what Amy Coney Barrett has to say about my boobs versus yours, but
She might have good things to say based on what we talked
honestly,
about.
she's like, I'm held to the Constitution. They're both great
They're
boobs.
both great. Your boobs, the
Sorry.
Constitution, love them both. Look, scales of justice.
Yeah. Scalia's like, I hate boobs because I hate women and whatever.
Well, we'll find out more tomorrow, but
We'll
this has
find out
been a
more
good one
tomorrow.
tonight.
All right. I love you. Let's
I love you.
everyone go to bed thinking about the great things that are about to come.
Yeah, right? Listen to him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Done. Bye.
Bye.